clip your ass in your video. Alright, fucker. Okay. Let's see. So that maybe I can pull you closer. That works out better. Yeah, that works out well. I think that works out well. Caleb, what game's starting right now? I'm a little annoyed with myself for not getting on Boston College and just leaning it and then telling somebody in the chat that it's a bad matchup for Ucla. I'm mildly annoyed. I didn't even take any of it, but that's fine. Life goes on, eh? Rather not play against my teams. But at least we lean that way. NC State, I think. Yeah, I have NC State. I have some. I didn't want to actually tell anybody like money line, but I took a little bit. I just think I know Clemson's healthy now and everybody's back, but there's a lot of length and talent on NC State at the guard spot, like big time. Like there's certain guys like Seaborn and Smith and stuff that I don't think you can stop them from getting the shots they want, where with Clemson, you can probably stop them from getting the shots they want. Pretty big coaching edge in Clemson's favor. I don't like St. Mary's as much. I was thinking about it from like a standpoint of like I was trying to figure out why Few took the foot off the gas. What's up, Aiden? Why he took his foot off the gas yesterday and just started playing like basically dribble the ball out with like 4 or 5 minutes to go. And then I realized, I was like, oh, it's because he wants to beat the living shit out of St. Mary's tomorrow, or at least some theory, and get that one back. I don't know. I didn't like the way St. Mary's ended that game yesterday. Kusi was able to get the things we thought he was going to get. I don't know. I still would only be on that side. I would never lay the points with Gonzaga. That's psychotic. They've proven nothing this year to actually warrant that. Delaware, South Dakota State, Marshall, Georgia Tech leans. I will go with you on Georgia Tech. I almost threw that on the board. I just think Louisville is borderline unplayable right now, so I don't think you can do that. South Dakota State, I think it's too wide. I grabbed a little at +6.5 just out of principle. I think in the prior matchups this season, I'm not sure how well Griesel was playing, but he's playing pretty damn well now. They match up pretty well in the front court. I don't think there's that big a chasm between the two teams. I feel like it's just a very close game at the end, and it's too many points. I mean, if South Dakota State goes down big or something, I'm going to look to live them. I think South Dakota State probably ends up winning it. They're really good, but North Dakota State's hot right now. They're big, they're long. They match up well, at least from like a physical standpoint with South Dakota State. I get South Dakota State's just so ultra efficient on offense with all these guys that have been around forever. But I would lean to think that that's a close game. Seth Nance, NC State. You love NC State? That would be difficult for me given their coaching situation, but I like them. I'd definitely rather be on that side. Bryant, I don't want any piece of. I don't like Peter Kiss. I said that before, and he tried to blow that game against Mount St. Mary's for him. I feel like I was so close on that. Worrisome to be on Wagner, just given the fact that you're like the best part of this matchup for you is that you put Boogie Ford on Charles Pride, and that like really shuts down because you way rather have Kiss having to do everything. But without him, I'm a little scared of Charles Pride just being like, I really like that kid. I'm not sure. Can Wagner definitely keep up? Like, this is where Boogie Ford missing hurts so bad. I hope they can get it done. I'm definitely going to be rooting for them. Bellarmine, I love them today. I think ultimately their guard play is just a guard play coaching edge. It's just such a weird situation. I'm hoping to live them. I would love to get like a good live spot on them because how far down can they really go? Like how far ahead can Jacksonville really get? Like, let's be honest. So coaching edge, guard edge, even though Penn probably won't be able to do much with Kavion or whatever, I forget. Their best guard, Kavion Nolan, on him, but the other pieces, I got it. And like the big men for Bellarmine, the big men for Jacksonville that are gonna need to punish him are like younger. Like I like that Marsh kid, but he's younger and like his touch around the rim, I'm not positive yet. So what did the different colors on the board mean? Those are pieces of sushi. I just have this sprinkled, and then I have like full units on these. I ended up putting more on Delaware. It just I can't. You shouldn't have too much on Delaware because the price is probably about right. But like that's one of those things where you're like investing in something you think is going to happen rather than like, oh, there's value here. So like I really think that's going to happen. But value-wise, I mean, it's probably about right. Like minus 140, I mean, we're saying they're going to win like 65, 70% of the time at this point. Like we're pushing it. We're pushing it here. What's up, Peterson? How are you, dude? What's up, Tyler? Why FIU? I think they match up well. I think they play better defense. I think, what's his face? Who's the most senior guard on their team? Lovett matches up well with Kinsey. I think they're going to get consistent inside stuff. And I think like as a quickness mismatch at the guard spot or whatever, even though we don't have Trevin Brewer, we do have whatever that little other guy's name is. I forget his name. But he's like a little shifty little guy too. So I think you can recreate at least some of that. I like Lovett's like leadership more than anything I like on this Marshall team. None of these Marshall guys are really like the important guys are seniors either. So it's not like, oh, this is like, let's definitely got to get this back before the end of the season. It's just like completely whatever. I have no reason to want to invest in Marshall. After watching, I bet on and watch Marshall in the last two games against Western Kentucky, and I have no reason to want to invest in them. Any chance you can move your head for a second? That I can do. I could do that. Marshall and Cal Baptist money line. Yeah, I wouldn't pay the money line on Marshall, but everybody to their own. I wouldn't invest like juice on a team like that. I don't think they win that game pretty high percentage of the time. Didn't Delaware lose at home to UNC Wilmington last time? Yeah, so we can go over that game. One of the two games they didn't have Jair Davis, and UNCW also is like, I think in either the first or the second matchup, they couldn't hit a free throw either. It's like weird circumstances around each game, but I think Delaware is trending up at the right time. And I think ultimately, like Painter's healthy now. I think it's just going to be way too much for UNC Wilmington to overcome. Like Delaware has to play a really bad game to lose that game. And like, what's the coach's name? Andy, whatever the hell his name is. He's like kind of like he's due. He's had how many groups of kids has this guy had? He had like the kid that Daly or whatever that transferred to St. Joe's. He just has people like leaving his program, people getting injured every single season. At one point, that guy's got to get to a postseason. Griesel is a beast, bro. I like him a lot. He's a big boy too. He can get his own shot, especially in that conference. I think UNCW peaked as well. Cameron King. I don't think there's any response for Jair Davis. And I was so impressed by when that kid got in foul trouble and stuff. He didn't throw a fit. He didn't do anything. He was just like, okay, was cheering his teammates out on the bench and stuff. Wildly impressed by that guy. They have steady enough guard play. Kevin Anderson can make a big play. Jameer Nelson Jr. can make a big play. Ryan Allen, don't take too many shots. Painter's moving around nicely. I think Delaware is – I'm pretty confident in Delaware. If this was at like a pick 'em price, I would have dropped a bomb on it. But I think the price is right. Excited for Delaware. I was boys with Jair Davis back in the day at 6 to see what he's doing. Anthony Bartoli, dude, give us a little insight. What kind of kid is this guy? Is he a good man? Does he treat people with respect? Let us know. If he's a good person, I would like to know that. Why NC State +5? I think the guard edge, like top end talent guard wise, and like there's a reason why Nick Honor didn't get recruited to the ACC originally. There's a reason why David Collins didn't get recruited to the ACC originally. It's like the talent, athleticism, physical tools thing that Terquavian Smith has. And people like that. So That's why for me, I understand Clemson's playing better. I think Tyson's back right. I know I would have NC State in this column if there wasn't such a decisive coaching disparity in my head. What does the pancake magnet look like? It's the egg sushi one. I was gonna pancake Delaware, but there's just not value there. It's not really responsible. It's not like you're like betting rather than investing. Yep, Peterson. I think the same thing. Jake IPFW lost yesterday to our dogs, to Northern Kentucky, who I'm taking today. I think people think that Wright State's going to have a good amount of success against the zone, like the trapping zone that Northern Kentucky's running. I don't trust them to do so. I don't think they've been playing well enough. I think they backed into this point. Like, think about who they beat. They beat an Oakland team absolutely on their deathbed that they matched up really well to and went down too big. And then yesterday they beat a Cleveland State team that we pegged as literally having terrible chemistry issues. And then you watched in the second half of that game, dude, half the people on the court weren't guarding people. I think they were like being self-destructive or something. They were like, we don't want to be here. So I have to go Northern Kentucky. They're one of our boys. We're on the team with them. They're on our team. Chicago State, I'll get to in a second. Ryan Daly was a low-key bucket. He was, dude. He was good. Clemson, no, I'd rather be on NC State. Delaware with the hot hand, so I look at Jameer Nelson and Jair Davis look good yesterday. Jair Davis is awesome. How about the Chattanooga-Furman game? The Chattanooga-Furman game, I think I pegged pretty on point about Chattanooga. Like, dude, their situational stuff and stuff like that just absolutely bites them in the ass. It really does. Like, they're so bad situationally, so boneheaded sometimes. It's just pure talent that gets them over the hump. You like NC State over Clemson? I would much rather be on that side. What's your best bet for today? Stephen E. Castro, I'd probably just roll with Delaware. Delaware and Northern Kentucky, I think, are both good investments today. Thoughts on the Nets game? I have no idea who they're playing, dude. I'm gonna start a NBA podcast with my buddy Zachy Pook once college basketball is wound down. We have 5 brackets to go through and shit. I can't do all these things. I have all 5 brackets of the things starting today. We got a couple of things to do. Chattanooga was nuts. It was nuts. I did. Baptiste is that guy. Had class with Jair when he was at Providence. I need to know more about Jair Davis. Does he treat people with respect? Is he a good person? Does he care about other people? Those would be the things I'm interested in. Not whether he wears cool shoes or anything like that. I just want to know what kind of person he is. Does he have good karma coming his way or bad? Okay, so yeah, Delaware, I think UNCW's like luck leash at this point has run out. I think they peaked already. Variety of reasons. Like yesterday, they should have lost the game. I mean, let's be honest, dude. That's not a charge. Was a good dude in class. Thank you. Nice. Appreciate that. Kentucky is the play. I don't think I'm going to bet today after Pitt, but I think no, Kentucky is the play today. I think Northern Kentucky is going to win. I think they're a much better team. I think they've been trending up for longer. I don't think Tanner Holden's playing well, and I think you would need Tanner Holden to play well to win this matchup. I don't think just like Trey Calvin's going to be able to chuck up threes en route to a win. So that's personally where I'm at. I actually like I kind of like last night in my head it clicked, but I've been hoping, what is the Delaware coach's name? Now I need to know. Andy Inglesby? Is it Inglesby? I feel like that's it. Martin Inglesby. Damn. This guy's due to go to the tournament, and I like this senior class of like Anderson, Jameer Nelson, and them. They're all winners. They've been due for this for a while. They literally just get plagued with the injury bug every single season. Well, now they're healthy. Painter's trending up in health. I think Delaware gets it done today. I really do. Why Chicago State? Chicago State has no interior defense. Why would you play them against Frez Amac? I think you can just foul Utah Valley. If anybody else has watched Utah Valley recently, they might have the worst team chemistry. They are the worst. They have some of the just most bonehead. They get points away like they're allergic to them. They just literally pray to get points away. I would just foul the shit out of them. If Chicago State today, spread them out, foul the shit out of them, and let's hope we hit some threes. they're such a bad shooting team, Utah Valley. They put up box scores like you've never seen. Roam through the rest of their box scores. I've lost so much money on them this year. I think they must hate Harding or he hates him. He hates them. There's something going on there, and they're the type of team that would lose at this price in the first round. They are the type of team. If you've watched them this year, you would think in your head they're the type of team that could definitely lose. Good story like Chicago State. Fuck that. I took a little bit. That's why it's not up there. It's not supposed to be. There's nothing next to it. So I'm just telling you. I mean, I'm a dreamer. If you hang out a lot, I'm a dreamer. What else we got to go through? All right. I just think North Dakota State, I don't think the disparity is this big between the two teams. I haven't seen it in either of the games this year. I don't know why it would be now when North Dakota State's playing well. South Dakota yesterday was a young team. You got to remember that, like relatively young team. Bellarmine, I think it's just ultimately guard play coaching. I'd rather be on Manhattan. I threw an X through it because Ryder is playing well. I understand the live movement their way. If you just kind of look at I don't know, the last 2-3 months, they've been playing pretty well, and that lead guard Murray's pretty good. No, Destiny. I don't know about Destiny. Hold on. I think Southern Miss is so bad, dude. I watched because I took their spread again, so I had to catch up on them the other day. UTSA, I think it's decent. UTSA has an interesting second round matchup with Florida Atlantic too, just because they can pull out the big center. There's some interesting stuff, but I'd lean UTSA. Bakersfield, yeah. Let's go. We'll go over that bracket in a second because I have Bakersfield beating Long Beach, which is kind of crazy. I've lost a lot of money on Bakersfield this year too. It's March. Why not Chicago State? My thinking. Loyola in Sweet 16. I don't know about that, Johnny boy. We'll see. But the Manhattan Rider, ultimately, it comes down to me trusting Ant Nelson and Jose Perez for what that is. I don't know. It didn't affect my bracket too much because I had Iona winning the next time anyways. But ultimately, Rider, if you hang out, I can invest in Rider. It's physically, I know what that program is. Not really well coached on Manhattan either, but I know what Rider is. So you don't like Clemson to win? No, I don't think at that price, you're paying they're going to win 80% of the time or something. Do you think Clemson wins that game 4 out of 5 times against guards that are way more talented than them? In a big game spot, you're going to take Seaborn, you're going to take Terquavian Smith, or would you rather have Nick Honor? I mean, well, which would you rather have? You get to pick. So, or you want Amir Dawes, or you want David Collins? Which one do we want? So I'll take the guys that are probably 3 to 4 times more talented. I get Clemson's trending up. I get that NC State really isn't much of a team. Their coach kind of stinks. He should get fired. But what's up, Ski? How are you, brother? I just still it's March guard play. Coaching's important. That's why it's not in this column. If they had semi-competent coaching, NC State would be in this column because the guards are twice as good. They should be able to get whatever shot they want. There's no rim protection for Clemson either. So even if they play decent defense. So I think ultimately UC Davis, I don't think they're going to make it much further, but ultimately their guard play is too talented to lose to Poly. I think, they had Cameron Pierce or whatever for Poly's got some toughness, but tough for me to envision. And then I just think FIU, when it comes down to it, I think Lovett on Kinsey. I think we have consistent scoring offensive side from Cleveland Brown, even a little bit from Pinckney, maybe chipped in. I think that limits the dash basket name guy for Marshall that I'm not going to butcher right now on the other end. I think a lot of what you get, like this Andrew Taylor guy, what credit you want to give him? The guy's done nothing except disappoint absolutely everybody this year. So, not to be mean, but then they're starting like a freshman, the early guy's the other one. So which part of this Marshall team are we afraid of? I was taking them against Western Kentucky at the end of the season because I thought maybe they'd poke their head out and do a little something. The second game they covered, but it's whatever. It wasn't really a game anyways. Kinsey from my area, dude caught 5 lobs in the first half against us, College Hoops Mecca. Yeah, I think the guy is what he is. He's just limited offensively to doing what he can do. And I think Lovett is going to take a lot of that away. And he's an older guy too. Big boy him last run for Lovett. I like that Lovett guy. He's been through a lot. I think FIU wins today. I took a teeny bit. Throw Brian, what do you think about NC State? Was that not the one right before this? I just think for me, it's perimeter length, it's perimeter talent. I mean, I just think there's a pretty freaking wide disparity in guard play in a game like this at a price like this. I just don't think those guards can beat the NC State guards 4 out of 5 times. Physically impossible for me. I really like Bellarmine. What are your thoughts? Also, is Lean more confident than 3 out of 8? I'm so confused at what that means, Robbie. I don't know what that means, brother. What do you think about NC State? My God, I just said it. They're O'Brien. I feel like you're fucking with me. Can Bellarmine even make the tourney? No. That's why it's such a weird spot. But those kids still are like, they're bringing a program to life. Like they're putting the program on the board. What a 3 out of 8. I took all of these. This side, the lean side. I mean, I take a little bit of everything. 3-8 is the date, dude. I'm the one that's supposed to be fucking baked here. It's the date. Is it not? Do I have the wrong date? Yeah, no, they can't make the tournament, but that still doesn't mean they're not going to try. You know what I mean? So in terms of other things on the board, let me run through and then let's do brackets really quick. Gun to my head, I'll take Wagner, but I don't think it's tough. That Charles Pride guy can really punish us. He's young though. So we'll see. Obviously Delaware, Northern Kentucky. If I have to take it, I'll take Fairfield over Canisius. I know a lot of people are asking about Canisius. I still kind of believe in this Fairfield team. It sucks. I think they run into St. Peter's either way next round, so it doesn't matter. But I still believe in this Fairfield team more. Fairfield at the beginning of the season, I had a lot of high hopes for. I don't know. I trust the Jesus Cruz guy, whoever, really, over I literally trust actually most people over the guards that Canisius has. Fairfield plays competent defense. It's not like they're complete sieve to drives from like the Henderson and Harid guys. So it's always like if you play competent defense, I feel like you just end up, maybe the Malik Green guy, it seems like he's decided to play recently. So maybe it's a little more difficult. I know Fairfield hasn't been great. They've kind of sleptwalked through the whole season. Why North Dakota State? Because they're good, Matty asks. They're playing really good basketball and they match up pretty well, right? They have the front guys up front in Nelson and Cruiser to match up with Apple and what's his face. There's no real glaring mismatches. They're big, can at least make some tough shots for South Dakota State. Like, yes, South Dakota State is really, really good. If they go down big and I get a decent price, I am going to look to live them. But they're dangerous, I know. But this spread's too wide. It's too wide. This should be a close game. Every time these two teams play, it's a close game. So why would it? I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be now when North Dakota State's playing really well and Griesel's playing better than he has in either of the two leading into the two previous matchups. So I'm confused at why the spread's widening. What's up, brother? You got to lean on Louisville. I lean their money line. I think they match up relatively well against the zone. But I don't know how to take Louisville right now, Brady Betts. They're such a dumpster. Dude. I mean, there's problems. Yeah, I definitely lean the Fairfield side. I would throw Fairfield on that side. I guess I have to throw. I don't know. Georgia Tech's interesting because I lean their guards too. But I think Louisville can punish them up front. There could be some serious problems if they decide to play. And then they can also kind of shoot. They're like kind of semi-built for this kind of matchup. It's just they don't give a shit, and Georgia Tech has the better guard in DeVoe, lead guard. So I can see I think I'd probably, if I have to take it, I'd take Georgia Tech, but I don't really want any part of that game. Jacksonville money line, maybe. I wish their big guys were a little more skilled so I could count on like the little jump hooks and different things and little inside offense working more than not. I like the Marsh guy for the future, but I think he has some seasoning to do. I had Furman plus 2.5 yesterday. Nice. Okay. What else am I looking at? If I have to take I'd take UTSA if I had to. I think they're like not terrible. They're bad, but they're like not that bad. After the Ivy Curry guy left, their chemistry improved amazingly, and at least they're like playing as like a team. I think they should be able to beat USM. Why do you lean NC State? Perimeter length and perimeter talent, perimeter athleticism, just ease of shot when it counts. I think it's definitely coaching the other way, but I'd lean Quinnipiac weirdly over Marist, who's kind of one of our babies. But I think like in March, the turnover disparity when you have like a Tuca or a Wright and stuff handling the ball versus some more experienced guys from Quinnipiac. They have some experienced guys up front with like Rigoni and Marfo who have been there forever. They have some perimeter length, at least on Quinnipiac. Like there's a couple guys that are decently big. They might be white, but they're decently big. I think Quinnipiac plus 2.5 is probably with a gun to my head the side. Okay. I took a couple futures this morning too, actually, which will lead into what's up, man? Cardio, how are you, man? More confident in Fairfield or Quinnipiac? I don't know, man. Neither really. They would be on the other side of the board. I would just lean that way. I don't know. It's hard to think about it like that when it's like confidence versus one or the other. I don't know if I pegged an exact confidence. Which guards do I like more? Probably Fairfield. I don't know. I think it's a lot of points for Cal Baptist. They're kind of one of our babies, but like there's some more experienced guard play on the other side. If somebody took a shot at UT Rio Grande, I wouldn't be angry at them. But I think hopefully our Cal Baptist boys get it done. Would have to take St. Mary's, just have to. I can't lay that on Gonzaga, but I don't feel as good about it anymore. Why are we waiting for Northern Kentucky? I think the line's going to get better. I assume more Wright State's money is going to come in. I mean, do what you want. I think that the line's going to get better. Like, I think it's like similar. I said wait yesterday on North Dakota State. We saw the pick'em. Hopefully everybody saw the pick'em. It was pretty widely available. So I think it's almost like a similar thing today. I wouldn't be shocked to see a pick'em here. With people coming in on Wright State being like, oh, those guards will be able to handle the zone. Maybe there's some analytical people that I heard on some podcasts that apparently Wright State's numbers versus the zone have been trending up. So maybe. I don't believe it. I think Northern Kentucky's just a sizably better team, and I think defense is the difference. One team plays defense, one team really doesn't. And I think they have the big shot makers to counter. Like, I don't think we can necessarily go shot for like – I think we're going to want a little lead in the second half. But I think, between Vincent, Faulkner and stuff, we can go shot for shot. But I think we're going to have a decent lead. I don't know. I think they kind of – they're a decently better team to me. Clemson is playing too well right now to bet on versus a horrible NC State team to cover. They're in the leans column for a reason for me. Their coach also stinks. But – I don't know, man. I would take Terquavian Smith and Seaborn and even Casey Morcell. Well, not even Casey Morcell, but all of those guys 14 times out of 14 times over the guards for Clemson. They are really limited, the guards for Clemson. And I like them. I really like Nick Honor at Fordham. I really like David Collins at South Florida. But they are limited. So a lot of things could just come down to guard play, right? I think a lot of this game, if you just watch the Pitt the Pitt Boston College game, that was all guard play. It was basically Ashton Langford, and then we're able to get a lot of things that just Pitt just was not right. Zag's gonna smoke St. Mary's after losing them as for the title. Yeah, I'm getting a little funky feeling about that one. Wow, that is weird. The line on Chicago State, that is really weird. The Pac sloppy early. Yeah, I think if they just focus for a little bit though, they're so much more physically talented. It's scary. I'm not sure. Did you think NC State quit? Everybody's saying that, PropStar and stuff. Did you think they quit? I didn't think NC State quit at the end of the season. I think Pitt kind of peaked with the UNC thing and then, had like a couple close games, then started getting the shit kicked out of him. And okay, I understand that one more. Capel has no idea what he's doing. Okay, makes more sense. The NC State one, those guards actually don't seem like they quit to me. Have you looked at the Pac-12 bracket yet? No, I haven't yet. I have we can run through these ones though, because I think we're through the slate now. Anybody have any other questions on the slate really quick? But let's run through brackets. I'm going to have to show them to the camera because I didn't put them on the board this time. But we have 5 brackets to go through, so we can do that really quick because I took some futures today. So I have the futures sheet here from Stations at least. I can, if anybody's interested in whatever, I guess I have the prices. I guess you can look yourself though. But South Dakota money line. South Dakota State, yeah, I think that's a wide price to be laying. I think you probably get something better in game, Casey Merrill, if you're not going to be, if you're not throwing too big of a bet and you don't need pregame exposure. If you could just invest in game, I think you'll probably get a better price. I'd have a hard time imagining that South Dakota State just runs away with this game and it's not a game. That's very difficult for me to imagine. I have a hard time with that, with how well North Dakota State's playing. Anybody watch them yesterday? They're playing some good basketball. Okay. The MAC. I did the MAC first. All right, real quick. Who do people have winning the MAC, the MAAC? Jackrabbit over is immortal. Maybe. They're pretty well suited to guard each other, though, in reality. But, yeah, they both have a lot of big game players. Kent State? Oh, no, MAC. I meant AAAC. You're going to the MAC, Peterson? No. I need AA. MAAC. All right, Fairfield. Flem, are you might be the one below me on the sheet. I like a lot of your conference picks. We line up on a couple other ones, but we don't line up on Fairfield. I can see maybe, but I think running into St. Peter's is a problem for them. St. Peter's is the hottest team in the league. That's who I got. I think they're so hot. St. Pete's so hot. So this is, let's see if we can fucking do this. Is this legible for everybody? That's what I have right now. So I ended up with, so big ones are, I just think Monmouth is playing too poorly to make a run. Anybody having Monmouth go? I think they're just playing too poorly. There's enough inside from Niagara to keep them from just washing the game. I think Niagara started to trend up a little bit at the end of the season. They have Marcus Hammond. I'll take them to beat Iona too, who's not really going to care. I think they're going to be in the tournament either way, right? So that's what I got on that side. I think Marist can be a problem. Let's see how they come out in this tournament. Let's see what this Ucla and this Wright kid are made of, Ricardo Wright. But ultimately, I don't know. There's a lot of experience on the Quinnipiac side at important spots here. So I'm ending up with Quinnipiac going. Quinnipiac, I think Quinnipiac can probably beat Siena, but ultimately probably just a little too much talent there. And then they run into St. Peter's. I like St. Peter's at this one. I don't know why I didn't look at the price on this one. Why did I spam right by this one? Oh, maybe they didn't have it out. Anybody have a price on this? On what St. Peter's is? I assume they're pretty close to being a favorite, though. What's up, JTG Ruth? How are you, brother? The under, Manhattan Rider under. The only thing I'd be worried about in that is you might run into a lot of fouls. I'd be worried about running into a lot of fouls in that game would be the only thing that could get scary. People might just be chilling on the line. Yeah, I could see Rider. It didn't really affect me as much, and it was something I was like, I wasn't going to. No, I mean, I just know that Rider program is so poorly run, dude. I just know it's so poorly run. So I had to end up on the Manhattan side. I kind of like the Anthony Nelson kid, and I think he can play decent defense on Murray. But they're pretty good inside. I got to give Rider some credit. They're pretty good inside. If you look at the second half of their year, you can definitely see why people are taking them. I just know, oh, man, just bad things happen to that Rider team. Doesn't Greg Paulus coach Niagara? He does. Anybody, really quick, where'd Greg Paulus go play wide receiver after Duke? I guess it takes a while to load. St. Peter's is plus 300. Yes, user fun guy. Yes, you are first. You did go to Q's. I don't know how many snaps he got, but do I know G Unit? No, I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up in the 90s. No idea who 50 Cent is. No idea who any of them are. Lloyd Banks, none of them. I have no clue. What was that song by Lloyd Banks, the Fly one? That was pretty good. And then who else was in it? Buck? Something Buck? But yeah, I know who. Lloyd Banks, So Fly. So Fly by Lloyd Banks. Is that the one? Damn it. Somebody acknowledge it. No, I have no idea who 50 Cent is. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one. St. Peter's is plus 300. I might have to look into that. That's interesting. Am I drinking wine? No, it's no, I don't drink. Like super rarely. Rarely. Oh, you have St. Peter's only plus 225. I don't know about that. It's kind of annoying. You'll probably just get them at a better price over Iona in a straight game. So Fly, Harrison Bowser, thanks for coming in. It is So Fly by Lloyd Banks. I'm going to listen to that later. I'm going to put on a little Lloyd Banks later. Whoever put G Unit, I appreciate it. Who is the other member of that crew? Something Buck, right? But not Young Buck. Young Buck was with a different outfit, I believe. Now, I was like a big Chic Luch guy. Big Chic Luch, big Styles P guy. That was like mine growing up from the Northeast. Tony Yayo. Yeah, Tony Yayo. That was a good crew. I'm So Fly, yeah, by Lloyd Banks. Fucking good song, man. That was a good song. All right. I'm so fly. With all the things I buy, I'm so fly. Yeah, I remember that song. That's hilarious. All right, Big West. I took a future on this one. So I think this price is off. I think this price is off. Is this are you guys able to see this on YouTube too? Hold on, so I ended up with Fullerton. I think 5-1 is absurd. If you can get anything 5-1 or over on Fullerton, I think that makes a lot of sense here. I think that Milstead kid's a straight winner, and I think they're running into some teams. They have a very favorable side of the bracket here. I think Long Beach State has been running on hopium and just pure luck, kind of like UNCW for the last however long. They're young, ripe for an early exit. They've just been like, I don't know, running variants as close to the edges as it can. Peter Rabbit, what's up, guy? Yeah, it has been a while. How are you? So I think, I've lost so much money on Bakersfield, but I feel like they can make a little run. They match up okay with Long Beach. And that Higgins kid, I feel like can play up in a tournament. Fullerton only team UCSB and Irvine couldn't beat this year. All right, so the problem I have with UCSB, I think UCSB is going to be a popular pick because of how AJ Mitchell is playing right now. The Belgian kid, that's a little stud. He's going to transfer on out of there once he has some more time with damn it, I can't think of the UCSB's head coach's name, but he's a little cheater. Once he has a little more time there, he's going to transfer out. But he's pretty legit. However, I think Fullerton ends up having the defense, ends up having just the experienced guard play. I think they can neutralize inside and possibly even win. I don't know. I think ultimately they're like a year away. Once that AJ Mitchell kid, if he actually sticks around and stuff, maybe Petra, whatever, will have a chance. But I like this Fullerton, man. I like this team. They're gritty, and they set up with a really favorable side of the match of the bracket with like a Davis team that we know shoots themselves in the foot, a Hawaii team that's walking on one leg, a Riverside team that's been relying on three-point shooting for a lot of the season to cover up other holes. Although they're an analytically pretty good team, but they're not going to beat Fullerton. I don't think they're playing well enough. Pasternak, that's his name, Elijah Roth. Yeah, thank you. So I end up with Fullerton. I think plus 500 is crazy because I think Fullerton matches up like, look at that side of the bracket. I mean, that's an ugly side of the bracket. Long Beach is way too young to win. Irvine, I don't believe in this set of guards for Irvine. I don't think they're enough to me. They always have some pretty steady guard play. This group is not steady enough for me. I think UCSB is, I just don't think AJ Mitchell is quite old enough. He probably is the best guard in this tournament, but by the time they get to that game, his usage with like the end of the season and stuff too, I don't like the other guards at all, like Wishart and Sonny and stuff. It's just Mitchell. Like when Mitchell's not handling the ball, it's a problem. Colin Welp season, yeah, maybe Elijah Roth, but there's a lot of good front court people in here. I've noticed a lot of other good front court pieces coming into this league, and I think it's made him look a little more human in the process. It's been my opinion of looking at a lot of the box scores and stuff and watching. He hasn't looked as dominant this season. I feel like there's just bigger, better people coming in nowadays. Like Fullerton's got some like Anasiki coming in, stuff like that. I guess Norris was here last year, right, for UCSB. And whatever the mainstay is. I guess he's a senior. Maybe UCSB. I can see if you want a UCSB one. What's UCSB at? 3-1? No, I'd rather take Fullerton 5-1 for sure. All right. I got Grand Canyon. I don't know if plus 250 is a good enough price, but I ended up with Grand Canyon for the whack. Oh, I got Chicago State, baby. I don't know why I put Rio Grande there. I probably shouldn't have done that. I just thought maybe more experienced guard play, athleticism and stuff, but there's going to be – we take care of the ball. We like Cal Baptist. I shouldn't have done that. So you can just put Cal Baptist there or something. I'm not really sure. It doesn't matter to me whether they get thrown. Neither of them are beating Grand Canyon. I like Grand Canyon a lot. New Mexico State been trending down for a little bit. I think they stink overall anyways. But Grand Canyon defense is too good. Too good. I don't think New Mexico State's going to really be able to score on them. I was hoping maybe Abilene could beat Stephen F. Austin and then make a run with their older guards. But they really rely on like getting to the rim too much anyway, so I don't think they can beat Grand Canyon in a big game regardless. Stith is an animal. Tyler North. Brandon, are we talking about which Stith are you talking about? There's a few of them, but you're not talking about the Bakersfield one, are you? I don't think he's an animal, unfortunately. Okay, but that's what I ended up with. I think Seattle ultimately against Stephen F. Austin probably has enough guard play to advance in this game, but Grand Canyon's perimeter defense is just like an overriding factor versus a lot of this side of the bracket and versus like a Sam Houston or something. Like half court wise, I feel like they're just so much better than a lot of these other teams that are going to rely on like getting out and getting easier buckets. So I'm going with Grand Canyon. I like that a lot. A big Grand Canyon guy. I like this one. And they only play like 2 games. Plus 250 might not be the worst thing in the world because they're going to win this side of the bracket. So you're going to get them in this game. And then what are they going to be in a game versus like Seattle? -2 or something? But they should be probably like plus 150 or something versus think they're going to be like a plus 150 versus New Mexico? What do we project that line to be? Might be closer. Maybe like a -2 or something for New Mexico State. Oh, this isn't wine. This is palm. It's palm and just cut with some water. Do I like Bellarmine? I lean that side. I think it's a really weird situational spot, but I give the guard play edge and the coaching edge. Why do you like GCU over MN? I think New Mexico State makes some. I just don't like the way that team plays at all. I think teams that play competent defense versus New Mexico State give them serious problems. I don't like the way that offense functions whatsoever. I don't like that Teddy Allen kid trying to create things for whatever. It's very limited offense to me. From the Asian store, Palm. I don't know. I actually fucking weirdly enough, Casey Merrill, I feel like you're following me because I literally just went to the Asian store to get like dragon fruit and stuff like that. Because I'm doing the carnivore diet, so I just eat massive amounts of fruit and meat. But I don't know how Palm. I just meant POM, the like pomegranate juice. I can't drink it straight, but I like cutting it with water. Oh, Sean Stith. Oh, fuck. Why is my brain not? I need to look at his face. Give me your face. Oh, his name is Sean. Damn. Where am I getting BJ Stith from? Yeah, Beast is I don't know. People were calling Lufiel a beast yesterday, so I'm not sure. GCU alumni right here, and MNSU is our kryptonite. They've beaten GCU twice this season. It's not been close, 10 plus points each game. Maybe I'm overlooking. I don't know, man. Watching them, like I've watched them twice to close out the season, and I feel like they can beat themselves. They look like a team to me that just beats themselves, like a Charleston or something, who ended up playing Underwood to close that game out yesterday. I have no idea how if you're Pat Kelsey, you can be playing Underwood in that inefficient offense to even put yourself in that position at the end. Yeah, it wasn't a charge. It doesn't matter. R.I.P. Towson, man. Yeah, it ended up, I think it was worse for them that Charles Thompson played because he literally boinked so many opportunities, and like it was just a really bad set of circumstances. And I think that's why Delaware, I think it makes it even more so why Delaware is going to win today. Sometimes you need to be a little lucky, get a little lucky in the spot and have that kind of thing happen. And now you beat the matchup you should win at this point in the season with your guards play trending up, your team fully healthy. NMSU whacked Seattle on Seattle's home floor too. Yeah, I watched that game. I bet on that game, and I didn't think it was a wax. Like watching the game, it wasn't a wax. Seattle played blew an unbelievable amount of layups, just point blank layups in that game. If you're not watching the game, final scores tell you one thing, but yeah, no, I didn't think that was a wax at all. Seattle can't beat New Mexico. I think they very well can in another game. I think they definitely can. I think a lot of people can beat that New Mexico team because I think they give away a lot of possessions and they take a lot more difficult shots than they need to, and they don't have as good an idea about what they want to do offensively as people think they do when they can't just get out and transition and be bigger and faster than everybody else. How do I feel about Georgia Tech, Louisville? It's difficult. I think matchup-wise, Louisville should have a lot of success. They're like offensive rebounding. They have the big bodies offensive rebound against the zone. They have shooting. I don't like Jared West. I'm not a huge Noah Locke guy, but these guys can hit threes. So I don't know. On the flip side, Louisville is a complete and total dumpster. Haven't tried in however long, and Georgia Tech has the better guard play with DeVoe. So you put a gun to my head, I'll be like Michael DeVoe, let's ride, baby. But I'm not going to invest on that game personally. It would be like betting. Like if I wanted to pancake Delaware today, it would be like, well, there's not much value there, guy. You're really betting. Former ODU. Stith was at ODU. No kidding. He went far, far away. Wanted to change his scenery. All right. Conference USA. We got two more. We got Conference USA, and then we got ACC. Bellarmine -1 first half. I don't know. I'm going to be looking to live them, so I hope not. And Vitanza. I'm hoping that I can get lower. Wagner, I understand. If they had Boogie Ford in this matchup, well, first of all, the line wouldn't be freaking +4, +3, whatever it's down to. But I would really like someone I could trust a little more as a defender on Charles Pride. I don't like Peter Kiss, though, and I generally am not a huge fan. I think Bryant's overrated. But just ultimately firepower-wise, if Bryant and Charles Pride just end up being like nuts, St. Mary's, yeah. Do you see it? It has a little thing, biased Gonzaga hate. I think when I wrecked this earlier, or like when I said it's not wrecking, it's me saying that I bet on something, and just trying to give information. But I just think Gonzaga isn't very good. I really don't think Gonzaga is very good. Like, I don't think they can beat another team that's pretty good by this much. In saying that, St. Mary's really looked ugly at the end of last game. I guess there's some mobility type things, but let's play Fotu more, and it's not as bad. Yeah, I'd still lean the St. Mary's side. I can't find my way anywhere near Gonzaga. I'm getting a little weird feeling in my stomach, but I don't know what that is. I'm not sure that is anything. Chicago State sprinkle. I'm sprinkling money line. I don't care about the spread because if it's bad, it can get really bad. But there's worlds. If you've watched Utah Valley State this season, you know that they are allergic to points. sometimes. They are absolutely allergic to points. They'll do absolutely anything but score. Anything. I saw somebody say anybody else. So for Conference USA, UAB in Jordan Walker, we trust. I can understand that. There's a team that I've been pegging for a couple years now to finally make the run. They're all seniors. All of their guards are seniors. So I did not end up that way for me. I really like UAB, but there's something – I don't know if it's the way they use Ertl because I loved him at Louisiana Monroe or what it is. But there's just something where UAB can really struggle to score too. The offense, like to me – for as deep as this team is, for I think as probably well coached as they are by Urson or whatever, there's something about it where it can look so disjointed, and sometimes the shot selection and stuff just it's not for me. I think they'll go far. I think they'll go to the title game, but I think ultimately there's going to be a better option that beats them. Bam, 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 bam. Go noob. Gonzaga first half -7. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can see him coming out motivated if you want to play that angle. I haven't bet Gonzaga. I think I bet Gonzaga like once this year against San Fran in like a really, really good spot. That was a terrible spot for San Fran. It was like some sandwich spot. It's just the ugliest spot after I forget what it was. It was some situational thing. Maybe somebody remembers. Other than that, I haven't touched Gonzaga once this year, and I have no plans to. I don't trust Nemhards. The Chase Holmgren guy, I don't know what he is, but like a super high level, I can't guard basketball players, not me. You like live NC State right now? I have no idea what's going on in the game. Maybe I'll throw it on in the background. Gonzaga wants revenge. St. Mary's can't close. Zags cover. I like St. Mary's guards better, though. That's where I have a problem. Like, Strother's not really a create his own shot guy, so I kind of like them better. Is Delaware your favorite pick? It's personally my favorite pick. Do I think it's where the most value is? I think that's really debatable. I think the line's not that far from right. So I'm stretching it as it is by me just really thinking Delaware is going to win. Are you betting any of your leans? I like betting on a lot of things, so I end up sprinkling like a little bit of everything, but I don't on that board. I have North Dakota. I have NC State and NC State money line right now for a teeny weeny bit. I'm going to look to live bet South Dakota State. I have a little bit beforehand of this, but I'm hoping North Dakota State goes up big early, and I can hop on where everybody, like if I get a ton of value on a team like South Dakota State, I'll always do it. As long as things are just missing some shots, whatever. Yosoi Cristo, that's not terrible. Plus 50,000 for American. I'll have to look at that if they have a decent path to victory. Clemson up early. Okay, I have a lot of Clemson right now. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. If you don't want to be on the dumpster fire that is NC State, I get it. Their coach should definitely get fired really, really soon. So that's why they didn't make it into this column. Probably a look to live spot. Not going to end up bet Manhattan. I have some FIU already. If Trevin Brewer makes a surprise return, that would be pretty awesome. I'm pretty damn sure FIU is the sharp side. I got a text from my other buddy about it, but it was getting hammered at some book he was at. He was watching it get hammered live by somebody like with a lot of money. So Luke Schneider, how much is one unit for you? Enough where I can't answer that. I don't want to answer that question. Yeah. All right, we'll see. Let's see what happens in the Clemson game. Interesting. I'm going to flip it on in the background or something. What game is it on? And Ryder started? We have 2 games going right now? Is that a real thing? No, it didn't quite start yet. It starts in 2 minutes. Yeah, that is a fucking weird question. I didn't think about that. How come so many people ask what a unit size is? Like, are you my fucking daddy? What the fuck is going on? It's like people that message me and they're like, your play lost. It's like, what fucking, are you going to take care of me when I'm an old man? What I don't understand. What's going on? I'm just trying to help. What's up, Jake? How are you, Hunter? All right, wait, let me reveal this. I'm going to just be a real big degen real quick and just hit a teeny bit of Manhattan because I have a plus 115. I mean, I don't have a lot of choices sometimes in life. Okay. It's only like 5 years away. It is, Hoodie Kid. It is fucking only a few years away. Okay. Ready? Conference USA. I think Ryder is the play. I'm a little self-destructive sometimes. All right. Conference USA. I ended up with Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech is what I ended up with. So plus 800 I took. I had no choice. I got plus 800, and then I saw in a different book I had plus 850. I know, not Louisiana Tech, but I don't think we match up with anybody whose physicality is really going to screw it up. They got really lucky. La Tech got really lucky that they didn't have to deal with this little portion of the bracket and that UAB is going to knock out UTEP for them. I like that UTEP plus 3,000. I think there's value there. That makes sense to me. I don't think Florida Atlantic, they're not going to get by this part of the bracket. It doesn't matter. It's way too athletic for them. Terrible draw. I don't know if you really think their guards stink? Do they stink that bad? I think they can get by this portion. And then I think they play good enough perimeter defense and they'll be able to eat up. I think Charlotte can make a run too. I think, pick your point. I think there's a couple different things. I think you can pick Charlotte, Louisiana Tech, UAB, and I can see UTEP. I mean, the teams we've all talked about are the final four I have. So at least we're seeing similar. Wichita plus 2,500. Yeah, I don't know. They're so feels like a torch. I understand what people are saying about Louisiana Tech and the limitedness and stuff. I don't know. There's some times when they're like getting some turnovers and they're playing well when Louisiana Tech looks so good to me. You gave up on them months ago. The UTEP game was mildly concerning. When I was making this bracket, the UTEP game shone back in my face, but I think that's a bad matchup for them with the athleticism on the perimeter and what they need to get. I don't think these matchups are too bad because I think they'll definitely get free points off of Western Kentucky. Charlotte, I think they actually match up pretty well with, especially inside. Get Lofton moving, right? What's his face can't guard Lofton. No. And then I think even if you have like Jamison or something, I think Lofton, I don't know in the prior matchup this season, UAB versus Louisiana Tech, but I feel like he had to have had a decent amount of success, no? So I ended up with Louisiana Tech. That's my pick for me. Why do you like South Dakota State, North Dakota State? South Dakota State is blowing teams out. Yeah, I mean, they played a really young South Dakota team. Who'd they play before that? Omaha, who they beat by like 12. Omaha sucks. But, I mean, I think South Dakota State's really good. I said before, like, if they go down a lot in this game, which I think is very capable of happening, North Dakota State's a rocket ship right now. And Griesel's playing very well. There's nobody to defend him on one-on-one. Who's the best on-ball defender for South Dakota State, by the way? I know they play pretty good team defense, whatever. I think a lot of those stats are inflated by the fact that most of the teams they play stink. I guess they don't stink at shooting, but they're not really punishing them. Hot take: Western Kentucky upsets. I don't know if that's a wildly hot take. I mean, I really like Davian McKnight. There's just something. I don't like freaking Stansbury. I don't like a lot of the things that go on at that school. I don't know what it is. There's just something off with that team to me. Like the Cameron Justice kid, the former fucking IUPUI kid, like just random. Like that team is so random to me. I don't know. Davian McKnight needs some time there himself and get all this out of here. CUSA is sick, dude. It's a sick tournament. We're actually like super lucky with this tournament. But I'm going to end up taking a little flyer on UTSA, though. I think Florida Atlantic is one of those teams that almost like can beat anyone, lose to anyone. Charlotte, I like to make a run. I think that's a really interesting one. I like them to make a run. Oh, wow. Bellarmine just tipped off, too. We got all kinds of basketball right now. I dig it. We're looking to live them. Jacksonville starts off with a dunk. You'll like to see that. What do you mean, dude? They win a percentage of the time. Don't say things like that, Bugon. All right. Moving on. So I got the 2 futures. I took 3 futures. I went to the book today and I took 3 futures. I took Louisiana Tech 8-1. I took Cal State Fullerton 5-1. At what point do I live Bellarmine? I want like plus money, and I want to see that like the game's going decent. So I gotta flip that game on. Actually, it's on ESPN too. Good looks for them. Good for them. But like whenever I say look to live, like I want better than the pregame price, and I want like things to be going well. Like I like to like the general vibe. I get that Bellarmine's too weird for a lot of people. Who knows what they think of the game? I still think if you're them, this is like then just leave your nuts hanging out today and just say fuck it. That'd be what I would do. All right, and then ACC, final one to wrap up. Peter Rabbit, the biggest thing I would be looking for in the NC State game when I flip it on in a second, or I will be looking for, is how easy it is for NC State to be getting stuff at the rim. And then whether is Clemson just getting clean looks and hitting threes, or are they hitting some contested threes? But as long as NC State's getting to the rim at will, those guards, I don't think that's really going to change. They don't really have the personnel to change that. Sin City Chaos, what's up, brother? How are you? We're on the last one. ACC and the final future I took this morning. The Roll Dogs, baby, 9-1. 9.5-1. Do I have a chalkboard account? I have absolutely no idea what chalkboard is. It sounds like something related to school, and it makes me cringe a little bit. So I got Sin City 10-16. What's up? The two Sin Cities rolling in at the same time. What's up, brothers? All right, so this is what I ended up with. Oh, I don't know why BC isn't penciled in there. I said I leaned him on the thing this morning. I think I was thinking about it last night. Similar to Discord. Huh. Interesting. King Ant, that's the board. This is the board. Oh, feel bad. Manhattan has an X next to it. I should put that on the other side, huh? Put that up there before you. I think I had it on the overnight thing. Oh, I didn't do this for the overnight. Well, I guess it started already, so nobody really has a problem. I love Miami to win ACC. I think they have a pretty damn good path here. It's pretty damn easy. If you wanted an easy path to win, this is about as easy as it's going to get. I mean, dude, look at it. 3 for 3 downtown for Bellarmine. Ooh, that stinks. Well, quick timeout for Jacksonville, at which their coach will probably be doing next. I see he's getting a lot of love. The Mincy guy, I think his name is. Yeah, I wouldn't be stepping into that rat hole. So this is what I ended up with. Florida State beating Syracuse, just too much inside. They at least turned it around a little bit at the end of the season. Can't beat Duke. Wake beats BC. They have enough there. I don't know if BC's guards and stuff can hit a high enough percentage of threes to win this game. I just don't think so. And there's going to be too much athleticism inside. I trust Alonda's Williams. Wake, you don't really take against teams with competent guard play. They give up an alarming percentage of like wide open threes. So I think Miami walks through. We already saw the Miami Duke game. They went in there and won it at Duke, basically hitting no fucking threes. What happens when they do hit threes? There's a problem. I'd rather be on UTSA and Cardio, yes. Okay. Clemson side, I went with NC State. I think Virginia Tech ends up beating them. Too fundamentally sound. Probably NC State not being able to hit enough outside shots too. Virginia Tech beats Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame at this point is getting a little we're getting a little crazy. We're probably gonna end up with a decent money line on that game too. I'll take Notre Dame. I'll take Virginia Tech. I don't know if Virginia Tech can shoot well enough either. I mean, whether Notre Dame can shoot well enough realistically either. A lot of what they've relied on for consistent offense has been like Wesley driving the hoop, Atkinson inside, stuff like this. A lot of that stuff's not going to be there against Virginia Tech. Hate to break it to them. Ultimately, I just ended up throwing Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, whatever. I really can't see either of them beating UVA, although Georgia Tech has much better chance of beating UVA, I think. And then UVA, UNC, I don't know. I think probably UNC. trending up. Confidence now. Grab Bellarmine live, minus 125. Good job, J.S. Peters. Louisville that bad. They have kind of fallen off a cliff and don't seem to care that much anymore. I'm going to be looking to take Auburn in the SEC probably. This is a perfect tourney to sprinkle with some good value. I kind of think so too, but unfortunately they tipped already. If you wanted futures on this, it went off the board with the game this morning. So unfortunately, I can see you liking UVA. I can see that college hoops. I don't think UVA can beat Miami in a big game. That's not a very good matchup in the big game. Wright State. I'm on Northern Kentucky, brother. I don't think Wright State is really – I think they've kind of backed their way to the point they're at, and Northern Kentucky's just too hot. I think, Trey Calvin is going to have to hit like 5-6 pull-up threes. If you think he can do that, then yeah. I got there like right before serendipitously. I didn't think of the same thing because I hadn't taken any futures for some reason this March Madness yet. So I was thinking the same thing, and I just happened to walk up right before BC's tip this morning because I was out really early with the dogs. So I got pretty serendipitously. Wake Forest, I just think they're going to run into guard play at some point, Carson. They really struggled to defend the three-point line. If you remember that Clemson play where everybody was on Wake Forest, and I was like, Clemson? It's because it's too many free looks for guards against Wake Forest. That's the way they're constructed. It's just you have to give up something to be playing that big. Well, that's what they give up. I think that's the separator is Northern Kentucky's defense. I think so, personally. Is Brewer playing for FIU? I believe not. I think the line would be much closer considering I think FIU beat them both times this season with Brewer. So I think the only reason it's this wide. Dude, Marshall's not good. Okay, just because their name's Marshall and in your head every time you hear Marshall, you go, we are Marshall. We are like, if there wasn't that in your head, you'd just be like, yo, Marshall stinks. Have you updated your sheets for the conference tournament winners? Yes, I have. Since the chaos, I have. I'm up to the day. I'm just doing it. I'll have the rest of them filled tomorrow, but I filled in all the ones that I just went through right there. Duke to not win ACC plus 105. I don't want to do any. I think if Miami doesn't win, though, I think we probably win. So I'm not sure about that. I would rather just take somebody else's future that I think and just not touch the Duke part. At what point that Duke decides, we got to turn this on. I think they are gonna. This is as good a motivation as it gets. This is about as good as motivation gets. Already live, but you like Clemson? I just think ultimately we'll see what ends up happening, but I feel like guard play. Just there's such a wide disparity and like especially top end. Love Fairfield today. I think so too. I haven't really liked how they played basically any game this season, Demon Dog, to be completely personally. Why won't this work? Oh, start camp. There we go. We're back. We're back, kids. Did you do a Big Ten bracket breakdown yet? I did not. Lasagna, Pants Lasagna. That's a sick name. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it the day before, whatever day it starts. Tomorrow, by the way, we have to decide, but we're going live earlier tomorrow because I think the games start earlier. So I think we have to start a little earlier. Yeah, we got like 9 a.m. games, 11, 12. So yeah, we got to go earlier. We're going to have to go earlier tomorrow. So I don't know. Does anybody have a time specifically? We were talking about it before. I think maybe like an hour earlier, 2 hours earlier. We're not going to be able to get everything in yet. 11 a.m. EST, dude. I take my dogs for either a hike or a thing in the morning. So the earliest I'd be able to do is maybe noon. Yeah, maybe noon would be the earliest. Maybe. The Marist game, I worry about their guards. Just the experience. Like I like the guards, but they're like they turn the ball over a lot, man. And if there's anything, Quinnipiac actually does kind of take care of the ball. They're going to play reasonable defense. I don't think Quinnipiac's coaching is as bad as everybody else does, and I like Rigoni as Marfo as like mainstays that kind of maybe deserve something. I would have to be on Quinnipiac if I was choosing in that game. It would have to be Quinnipiac for me. When we talked about it, 1:30 Eastern time. I like that. That I can do. 1 to 1:30 Eastern time. Something like that I can do. Well, I'll tweet about it tomorrow, but it's going to be something like that. Big East Tourney is tough to call. I got to see the brackets for those. You can't get in front of the SD State locomotive. I did for a little bit. I think North Dakota State's got a locomotive. What happens when two trains? That reminded me of like the math problem. You know, like this train's going at this fast at this mile an hour in this direction. This train's going this fast, yada, yada, yada. That's what that just reminded me of. Seton all 15-1. I don't like the way they're playing. I think ND State matches up well. Where is there a big mismatch for South Dakota State? Because normally I'd say it's just like the pure point production, stuff like that. But the way they're playing well, North Dakota State and Greasel being able to get what he wants. They have a lot going with Grant Nelson down low. The offense just looks pretty, in my opinion, right now. Oh, is Bellarmine just going to take a shit on somebody? Who's your pick for the Natty? I got Kentucky. I'll take Duke if I have to pick. Let's go over those tomorrow. What are the other ones that we need? What did I get the Miami future at? 9-1, but it's closed, so it really doesn't matter. We're just talking about stories now. So tomorrow we got Big Sky. We got A10. A10 is going to be a fun tournament. Fairfield, I put on the list. I would take money line. Oh, so I asked somebody about this because I told Sin City I'd get back to him. I asked a couple of my friends. -2 and under money line, 100% profitable, 100% over very long term. -2.5 is like almost negligible. So on 2.5, you can do what you want. I end up doing at 2.5 and under, I take money line. At -3 is when I start thinking about taking spread for me personally. On the dog side, you know, whatever. I always take money lines on dogs, but I always take at least some money line on dogs, right? Yeah, 6 of 9 from Bellarmine to start for 3. Annoying. I don't have Bellarmine on there. Don't you have Bellarmine winning? I do, baby. I had Jacksonville Bellarmine final. I called this one at least. I thought I would have had. I think Mount St. Mary's would have matched up well. I was my point guard getting knocked the fuck out cold on the floor from winning that one. I'm doing all right in the bracket one. I don't know who's winning. There's a couple people that are doing really well. I saw there's a couple people that had like 3-4 wins already because I didn't get Chattanooga. A lot of people got Chattanooga. I also have St. Mary's tonight. Everybody else has Gonzaga, so people might get a leg up on me. But yeah, I'll get Bellarmine. I'm one of 4 other people picked Bellarmine though. So tomorrow we have Big Sky. We'll be going over a few brackets. Geez. Big Sky, Mountain West, A10, Pac-12. So Pac-12 is tomorrow. Whoever at Big East is tomorrow. Holy shit. SEC's tomorrow. Big Ten's tomorrow. They're all tomorrow. I'll be up all fucking night again. Slam my head through a wall. All right. So Who do you think wins the Mount West? Everything is entirely matchup dependent for me, Demon. Like, I need to see who people are playing. I don't know if I can call it. Like, I would never have Louisiana Tech winning if they were on the Old Dominion, UTEP, Middle Tennessee, that whole side of the bracket. Maybe Middle Tennessee, whatever. But on the UTEP Old Dominion side, like, those are two bad matchups, but they avoid them both, I think. So it's a lot of it's just about that for me. I think Colorado State probably can. I like how Isaiah Stevens is getting more shots. So I'll be looking. Pac-12, I'm resorting to, it's UCLA, USC, or Arizona. I think they're probably far enough ahead of everybody else. Maybe can Arizona State make a run? Probably not. You confident on UC Davis? No, I don't like those guards at all. They're way too young, and they're soft as a butthole. They're soft as the cutest girl you know's butthole. But I think they just have probably way too much talent in this matchup. But there's no way on God's green earth that UC Davis beats Fullerton in the game after. Fullerton plus 500 is ridiculous. They actually match up really well in this bracket. I think Fullerton plus 500 is absolutely stupid. I should have made a video about this crap. I guess I should do a lot of things related to videos. But I like our crew. Can BC make a run? No, I don't think so. I don't think they can. I think why I lean BC this morning, and if you look in the comments, I said it to somebody about I'm surprised you're not on Ucla today. The reason why I think they're better against Ucla is because you need a brain to defend him. So Quentin Post, James Karnick, it's much easier when you just have a brain, be more positionally sound, stuff like that. But against Wake, that's just going to have more raw size, have a lot of experience on their own and stuff to match. I just don't think you have, I don't know how Boston College beats Wake. That's really, what are they going to do? What's going to happen in that game? Mekhi Ashton-Langert's going to drop 50 points? That's what I probably need to happen. I get they have some guard play, we're going to drive, I guess, whatever, but I'll still take, even if it's close, I'm taking Jake LaRavia over any of those turds, him and Alondas Williams over these turds. It just sucks that they run into Miami. Hopefully they get in the tournament so we can see them win another game or something. It just sucks that Wake Forest runs into Miami, which is if you had to pick one team that's the worst matchup in this tournament for Wake, who would you pick? Fucking probably Miami. I think they have a better chance against Duke than Miami. At least it's all right, let's have a good shooting night. We can beat Duke. How are you going to beat Miami? They have to shoot really, really bad. Really bad. Like a Towson from the other night. But that was even more so. It's just the best option to go to Charles Thompson to get people in foul trouble and stuff. Well, he's just missing layups because he's so injured. What are your thoughts on Wyoming the last few weeks? I was sold on them before, but now they're shaky. Those are my thoughts, Demon Dog. We echo each other's sentiment. They've been shaky since, I think, the New Mexico game was when we pegged it. Big 12 teams for the dance. I don't know. I really want to be on Texas Tech, and it's weird. It's honestly weird how many people have come up to me in the last few weeks and been like, yo, dude, is Texas Tech winning it? Those kind of things. And I just keep in my head, I just don't see Davian Warren locking up a championship. I don't see that guy hitting a game-sealing shot in the Final Four. I just don't fucking see it. It's just, it doesn't register for me. Maybe O'Banner can or something, or Bryson Williams in the post. No, he's not going to win a freaking Final Four game. Yeah, so it's just not enough guard play for me, just ultimately. And the Terrence Shannon and if it's Kevin McCullough chucking up a three in an important part of the game, yeah, I'd rather not do that. Winning the Big 12 or something? Yeah, I don't know. How good is the Big 12 right now? Without Kansas has played the last however long with who Baylor is and who I believe James Akinjo is, the Big 12 is not very scary to me. I don't think there's one team I'm afraid of in the whole damn conference. I guess it is Texas Tech. And that's just purely on, and they have very little guard play, in my opinion. So I don't trust Terrence Shannon at all. I don't trust McCullers at all. Xavier losing first game, and I don't know who they play. Yeah, it was weird to see Paul Scruggs completely uninvolved on his senior night, wasn't it? Anybody else thinks that was weird? Thoughts on Kansas in the tourney? I think they can win a game or two because of how good their guard play is, and they have arguably the best scorer in the country. But the best scorer in the country looks pretty fucking checked out right now. Can Quinnipiac win outright? I think so. And Cardio, I definitely think so, kid. I definitely think so. Holy shit, Bellarmine's just putting their elbow through someone's face, huh? Good live spot. Oh, is it, Jake? It's a good live spot? Marquette winning the Big East. Maybe. So here's my only problem with Marquette, Demon Dog. This is where I run into an issue because I love, like, dude, Daryl Morcell's like my favorite player, favorite leader in the game. I got Tyler Kolek, who I'm high on. We got James Lewis Jr. is just a matchup problem waiting to happen for a lot of teams. Like, even when he's not shooting the three well, he's still just so effective. I really like James Lewis Jr. Here's where I run into problems. Late game ball handling. And, like, when Kolek gets late, it's later in a game and he's spent the whole game being lead ball handler and he's going to be like running through a tournament, playing however many games in however many days, and he starts to wear down. He's still a kid and he makes a lot of stupid mistakes. Not to be mean. It's true. Everybody likes Tyler Kolek, and we can all admit that he's still a child who's played like basically 1 year of basketball. Has he played two? Has he played one? This is 3 or 2. This one for him. So he's still, as like a lead ball handler, point guard who's going to have so much responsibility. I still think he's very, very raw. I still really like him, but you'll just see turnovers and stuff where you're like, man, come on. You're better than that. But it's also like, dude, I mean, you've had the ball the entire game, so shit's going to happen. The Big 12 is the softest I've seen in a while. I agree, man. Not afraid of one team. By the way, after Northern Kentucky wins today, dude, Northern Kentucky with that weird zone and like teams that haven't seen it before, like a unique defense like that, Northern Kentucky can knock off a team as long as they don't have too much size and athleticism. If they get a first-round matchup against a team with not too much size and athleticism, I think Northern Kentucky can win a game. Oh, definitely. I think they definitely can win a game. Have you shown the MWC bracket? Love SDSU. I have not yet. I can see SDSU. I love their coaching. I got to look at the bracket, how it pans out. I don't know. Elijah Roth, you have a lot of basketball experience. Are you sold on Matt Bradley late game? He takes some high difficulty shots, man. I know he makes a decent amount of shots. Man, that kid takes some high difficulty shots, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but he takes like NBA shots. You think Northern Kentucky would have a chance against Notre Dame? Less ideal. Not the best matchup. I'd rather, can we do a different one? Like teams with like maybe a little less experience. Like can we not have Hub or Atkinson play? And then like one or the other. I think I'd rather have one of those two guys out. There's some issues there. There's some problems because I don't think we have anybody big enough to guard Wesley off the bounce too. So he might just, Demon Dog, you might be right. They might run through him like a knife through butter. Not the best matchup. I was thinking something else. I am sold on Matt Bradley. Baker stepped up a bit too. I do like him. The dash last name kid, I like him. Love the defense, number 1 in the country. Yeah. There's something about Matt Bradley. I'm not sure whether it's good or bad, but there's something about him. I don't have it pegged. Thoughts on UConn? I think they can make a run as long as I think UConn is one of the easiest teams to handicap in the country. Does the other team have a lead ball defender that's athletic enough to give RJ Cole and his limited athleticism headaches? Yes, I'd take that team. If they don't, then, whatever. UConn's decent, and as long as the team isn't too good, then sure, I guess UConn can beat them. That's about what I think of UConn. Everybody kind of knows what I think of UConn at this point. I like RJ Cole. I wish I could say like awesome things about him, but when everybody talks to me about like how UConn's like a dark horse for the tournament and how RJ Cole's like awesome and how I shouldn't be disrespecting him, well, it makes it difficult. You guys, so it's not my fault. It's your guys' fault. Whoever says those things, that's their fault. I'm just giving my point of view, unfortunately. UCLA versus Northern Kentucky, can they keep it close? Why do we have to pick like really top end here? Like UCLA has like pretty crazy guard play. Okay. Can we go down like a notch against a team that wouldn't be so good against a zone or doesn't have such experienced ball handling? Can we go for a team with less experienced ball handling? Like even like a fucking Memphis. Like I get they're so wildly whatever talented. At least we can get some free buckets and some other things. And there's a chance like even Nolly and stuff like that. Who's a good team that they can knock off? Like a better one that we're talking about that's just like a little fucking crazy. let's see. What am I talking about here? Let's see. What am I thinking a little more of? Maybe we have Iona as a 13 seed. Is that on that an auto bid? No. Okay. They're saying they think they're going to win. Is Iona going to get an auto bid? Wisconsin. Hey, Charlie Bertaldo. That I can see more because Wisconsin, we pointed it out before the Nebraska game when I said sprinkle Nebraska. Their shooting is not what everybody thinks it is. I like that one. And we can get some shaky ball handling, although they take care of the ball a decent amount. But you don't really need the shaky ball handling aspect as much. They got a lot of turnovers yesterday, though. Oh, my. I think they could beat Arkansas. I think they'd have to draw a couple charges and shit, but I think they could beat an Arkansas. Maybe TCU, but maybe not with O'Bannon now. But someone like that. Nebraska is going to run the table. I hope so. That would be cool. I think they could beat Creighton. They could beat a Creighton. I think they could beat Michigan State. I think they could beat if Rutgers is worthy of a sprinkle. Let's see what Rutgers. You just don't want Rutgers against too efficient of an offense. They really go through droughts, and that's something, as much as we love Rutgers, we understand that they really do go through droughts sometimes. Thoughts on Purdue? You look like Zach Edey Jr. That is the meanest fucking thing anybody's ever said to me, Pants Lasagna. Why? What did I do to you today? That is so fucking mean. That guy has gigantism. Do I have fucking gigantism? That guy has. Dude, I know I'm a little fat right now. I also have a fucking jawline. Dude, that's so fucking mean. That I honestly am so hurt by that. That's the meanest thing anybody's ever said to me on the internet. I mean, I guess nobody really said anything mean, but oh my God. Teams you think can make a run? I don't know. Me to fucking McDonald's after this because I might as well just stuff my face if people are saying things like that to me. I mean, why even take care of myself? What's the point? Yeah, he looks like Frankenstein. That's the fucking meanest thing. I don't know if I can get over that. I honestly think I'm stuck. Like, that's just like, it cuts you to the core to the point where it's like, my God. It's like, why don't you just tell me I'm going to be a bad father? Like, fucking say something really fucking, just fucking, as long as you got to slice me. Slice one nut off, slice the other nut off while you're at it. Fuck, what were we even talking about? Dude, I don't even, no, don't I mean, I think this is saying something about myself. I'm getting a little chunky and I'm a little self-conscious right now. So that's the only reason it hurts. It should just slide off the back, right? But Jesus, that is fucking whoa. Wow, who cares who Northern Kentucky can beat now? I mean, my life sucks. So what does it matter? All right, so fairly new to the lives. What are the symbols next to the picks on the left mean? So if you look at my bio, but I got to get some pancake and some avocado magnets. This symbolizes like the avocado one, so like half unit. This is just what I'm doing. Like fucking, but avocado and then 1 unit. Sushis are 1 unit. And then like the pancake one is like I'm using like an egg sushi. I need pancake magnets. If anybody sees any good pancake magnets, fucking DM me a link. Like some cool looking ones. Purdue thoughts. I think their guards can take you to the corner store to get some gas. I think that's about as far as Purdue's guards can take you. Crazy that Bellarmine is only in year 2 of D1 and finished second last year. It's the style of basketball and stuff, man. It's when you play, they're so opposite everybody else. Everybody else is just loading up on talent. Like, I need to win now. Talent. Bellarmine took like a long road, and it's like, we're going to play fundamentally sound, good damn basketball. Look at the teams that have success year in and year out. It's not the teams with the best talent. It's the teams that play good basketball. Drake, they become a mainstay there. Loyola Chicago, because Loyola Chicago has a system they stick to. It's like, these are the teams that are good year in and year out, not the teams with the guy that can do the upside down backflip when he jumps over the backboard and dunks it. Why do I like FIU? I think they match up pretty well. I don't think Marshall's good. I think FIU is the better leaders. I think they're going to end up playing better defense. I think they have somebody to match up on Kinsey. I think they'll get some decently. Which one of those big, goofy, gangly big men on Marshall's going to cover Cleveland Brown, the old Vanderbilt kid? Which one? Yo, Vermont is kind of solid. I can see Vermont winning the game. Anybody that doesn't have like the best shooting, like, dude, Northern Kentucky can knock off fucking UNC. For sure. Could probably beat Purdue. The Purdue we're talking about. They're just turning the ball over on every fucking possession trying to solve that zone. Cleveland Brown. Wait, I think there's a kid named Cleveland Brown. It might be like Clavin, like Clevon. And I'm saying it wrong. Jacksonville got it back to 6. Nice. That'll be a. And then Fleming hits a 3 that breaks their back as soon as they get it there. Let's see how they respond this time. So it'll be interesting. Let's see. I see Manhattan got it tight again. That'll be a game you want to watch. I wonder if either of them can knock off Iona. Iona really didn't seem like to give a shit. Is Iona getting an auto bid? Because now I can't tell looking at the bracket. Do we think Iona's getting an auto bid? Yeah, Cleveland Brown. Is Cleveland Brown the guy from, what's it called? Family Guy? He is, right? Yeah, Clavon. Sustainability. Oh, yeah. That is, I mean, that's what you just need some kind of system. Like even no matter what kind of system it is, just a really good system. Like Florida State has a system. Look how consistent Florida State's been. How many Elite Eights has Florida State been to in the last however long? Sweet 16s, Elite Eights. I mean, it feels like Florida State's there every single season because they just have a really good mold and they just recruit the players for that mold. And then throughout the season, it solidifies into like, I don't know, from batter into a cookie. Dude, I feel like, no, maybe not. Too big. I was going to say maybe they could beat Texas Tech, Northern Kentucky, but too big. Too big, force them into the turnovers back probably. So, all right. I think we are about wrapped up for today. Dude. Jeez. Yeah. Dude, that Bellarmine game, I'm sorry, guys. The people that are on Jacksonville, but there's just too much scoring, I think, on the other side. Big East tomorrow. All right. I'm going to tweet later today because I'm also going to tweet about because I started answering some people about the advertising stuff. So I will tweet. We're either going to do 1 or 1 p.m. 1:30 Eastern time tomorrow. So that's whatever, 10:30 Pacific. And then I want to tweet too, just to get a final vote from people. I want people to actually vote. And if there are people that freaking don't want to do any advertising, have to listen to any of that shit, I'm the same handle everywhere, Casey Merrill. I want to give people the opportunity. So again, for people that weren't here yesterday, any money we take from advertising, stuff like that, we're going to roll into like a fund, a DAO, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And we'll bet on it. The people will, when we have consensus picks we all really like a Delaware today or something like that, or one of our pet teams like a Northern Kentucky today, we would then, throw like a unit on that. Couple units, like it's free money, so whatever. If we want to be a little reckless with it, whatever. I don't really actually know. Why would we just be reckless for the sake of it? No. So yeah, is the bracket winner just most won conferences? Yes, Elijah Roth. If we have a tie, we'll have to figure that out. But yeah, I've been snapshotting it. So before all the conferences, the tournaments start, I snapshot them like right before the tournament starts. So in the morning each day, I've been snapshotting it like right before whatever tip for that. So then you'll just get logged for what's in there. Wow, Jacksonville 0 for 9 from 3. Yeah, they don't have the best shooters if you watch them. There's some issues with the shooting. Bellarmine's a really good three-point shooting team. So that kind of makes sense. You'd think Jacksonville would be just punishing it more inside. I'm surprised they've even taken 9 threes. But I guess Bellarmine's just going to pack the paint, kind of like I thought. Just say, fuck it, beat me. So, yeah, and then the stuff over the top with, like, Marsh and that was CFO guy. Yeah, I mean, they're 3 for 4. They're both 3 for 4. I I mean, they're not going to get much more efficient inside. So, yeah, we have some problems. There's some problems on Jacksonville Island. You know what's fucked up, too? Because there was a part of me that was being like yesterday with how Jacksonville just needs a win and they're in. And then Bellarmine, if they win, a team I don't like in Jacksonville State gets in. And I was like, you know what? Jacksonville's just going to win. And I was like, you know what? The world actually doesn't work like peaches and roses, or I'd have trillions of dollars because I always bet a little bit on peaches and roses. And I'll tell you, peaches and roses usually doesn't win. All right. I think I'm going to check out, guys. Do we have any last questions or anything? Any last things to dive through? I am going to tune in and watch. It seems like Clemson pull away. We'll see. Let's see what these guards do. I'm interested to see how Sebron and what's-his-face respond and Terquavian Smith respond. Terquavian Smith, 0 for 5. 0 for 4 from 3. Wow. That's pretty fucking insane start, bud. That's pretty bad. I think he ends up hitting a shot, you would think. No? Yo, that's what I'm saying. The Zach Edey comment was fucked up, dude. I'm having that's going to be honest, hey, if I'm not here tomorrow, it's not, whatever. I don't mean it like that. But I mean, if I can't physically make it in front of the camera tomorrow, everybody knows why. That think about how long that's going to sit with you. New nickname, you sick fucks. You sick motherfuckers. Bro, I'm a bro with the next one. Me and all my friends rip on chilling and shit. Dude, that's like calling somebody dude, how there's like some things where it's so personal you don't say anything. Like if one of your friends has like a big mole on his face or something, you don't walk up to him and be like, fucking moly, moly, moly. You fucking just leave it alone. It's one of those things you just don't touch. Even if I look like Zach Edey, we should have all just left it alone. Fucking leave it alone. Leave it alone. Fucking, oh my God. I disliked Purdue before. Imagine the shit I'm going to be saying about them now. Holy shit. Imagine if they win, I have to send that one guy 10 grand and I have to think about Zach Edey for the next however many years. Jesus, that would be bad. Jesus, that would be bad. Oh, God. All right. Well, I'm going to go with the length. The length, Purdue's length, it doesn't matter. All right. I'm going to I'm probably going to hit up that girl and fucking take it on her and be like, do I look like Zach Edey? Tell me I look like Zach Edey. Big Ten champ, I'll go Iowa. I think they respond from that fucking disappointing performance at the line. I think they're like the hottest team. We'll see what it ends up looking like. But that's literally, I'm going to be like, fucking, bet you think I look like Zach Edey? Fucking, oh, God, I fucking, look at him. Look at him. Do I look like him? I used to get, before Chubby Face, I got the guy from Riverside, which was a lot nicer. Like random guy from the fucking, whatever, some fucking, hey, you've inspired me. I'm literally going to go for a run right now. My first run of the day. I'm going to go for a run right now. The chubby cheeks are gone because of you, Pants Lasagna. So ultimately, I thank you. But when I'm crying into my pillowcase tonight, just drenching my pillowcase in tears while getting jerked off, I'm just going to be like, I don't know whether I'm going to take it angry or like sad. So we'll see which way that goes. Like whether I'm getting coddled or whether I'm, making her feel terrible and sending her out. So we'll see what happens. That'll be interesting. I'll update you tomorrow on how I take it. I don't know whether, the person leaves feeling pity or they're like, that was a terrible experience. I never want to happen again. Let's see what she says. You're a fucking Zach Edey, man. That guy, the Frankenstein comment could not be realer. I mean, that's fucking Frankenstein reincarnated. You know what's fucked up too? The reason why it's so bad is because I'm getting like a little bald spot here. I'm finally starting to feel my hair thin out. So that was on top of it today. It's snowballing on me. It's so bad. I'm going to get a massage right now. I'm literally going to book a massage right now. Fucking, you're a sick fuck pants lasagna. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. This got dark. See you later. Oh.